Hey, Jamie from TableTopVibes here. How you guys doing? Want to talk to you about one of the greatest games that I absolutely love. First couple questions. You like space? Like space exploration? What about a sandbox space exploration with colonization and sprinkle in some industrialization? I got you. Let me introduce you to High Frontier for All. High Frontier for All was designed by Phil Eklund and published by Ion Games, including Sierra Madre Games. High Frontier for All is a fantastic, real science-based space exploration within our solar system. So everybody is a faction in the game, and their whole goal is to go out and colonize planets, moons, asteroids, comets. Take your pick. But it's just not that easy. You have to build your rocket. Now, how do we build this rocket? Well, we're going to use currency called Aqua. Aqua has two folds in it. It's your currency to bid on patents to make your rocket, but it's also used for your fuel for your rocket. So when it comes time to making an auction bid, be careful that you don't over-auction bid because it's taking away your fuel. The other aspect of the game is when you're auctioning different patent cards to get, if you have a patent card that you really wanted and you bid just say one Aqua on it, one of the other players decides to bid two. If you don't want to spend that much for it, they can win that auction, and that money or the Aqua that they are bidding on doesn't go to the bank, but it goes to you. So the money goes to the auctioneer, which now you have more Aqua to bid on for other patents or for putting fuel in your rocket. When you look at the board is the big litmus test. Frankly, when I first saw the board for this game, I was intrigued, and then I was a little, I'm not sure. I took the time to really get to understand, and I watched a couple playthrough videos, and lo and behold, the board is my absolute favorite part of this game. If I could get it in a frame, I would hang this board up in my living room if my wife would let me. Probably not. But anyway, the board is based off of Lagrange points and different pathways that your rocket ship will move along to get to a destination that you want to go to. There's many different pathways to get there, and a lot of the times you're looking at the board going, I could go this pathway, or I could take this pathway and maybe try over here. The board provides different angles to get to where you want to go. Not always the easiest way, but hopefully it is a way. So to get past the fear of the board, the game designer and the publishers came up with Space Diamonds. This is a very entry level, very accessible game. Space Diamonds is all about learning the board. I played with my daughter and my wife, and frankly, they did beat me at it, but it is a very Candyland way of just cruising around the board. There's no cards, there's no auctioning. It's just you and the board and cruising around our solar system. Really fun, but again, very light. Young kids could play this one. But then when you want to step further into the water to getting closer to the core game, the designers include Race to Glory. This is starting to get into the weeds a little bit. We're going to have cards now that we're going to be able to bid on, and there's mainly just 4 sets of cards. Who can build the rocket ship the quickest, have the most fuel, and to get out to Mars wins the game. It's pretty straight up, straight down. But once you get a little taste of that, you really want to start really exploring. You're like, well, can I get out to the asteroid belt? Can I get out to Jupiter? And that's where the core game comes in. The core game is fantastic. I don't know how many times my game group has played this. I introduced them with Race of Glory just to give them an intro, and I couldn't keep it off the table from then. We went into the core game, and we played multiple times, and then I did mention that there is a long version of the game if you want, which is an all-day affair. We played for the whole day. We found a date that all worked for us. We played all day. We took a break for lunch. I won't lie. I think we played for probably about 8 hours that day, maybe 9, and it literally felt like 3 hours. I didn't realize the time until it was about 7 o'clock p.m., and we started around like 11. But anyway, it was fantastic. I can't recommend this game enough. Give it a look. There's plenty of how to play videos on YouTube now. But yeah, High Frontier for All. Give it a good look. There's different modules and expansions you can add on to it if you want to go further down the rabbit hole. The module 01 is the terawatts, adds new, better thrusters or engines to get out to deeper solar system objects. There's a conflict one that makes this a war game now. So if your buddy gets to Mars before you and you're kind of upset, you can now go and attack his colony on Mars. There's also another one called colonization. That allows you to build space stations out in different orbits. The game is just absolutely fantastic. It's using real science terms such as LEO or low Earth orbit, Lagrange points. I mean, it's all there. I highly recommend this game. Absolutely A+. Thanks.